Emotions are high in the low morning sun. The crowd gathered is far more than the boat can carry, as a beleaguered official begins her somber roll call, each person, armed with brooms, mops and gloves, and blinking against the bright light, is hoping theirs will be the next name called. These are the grim faces of the Barbudans who lost everything they had when cataclysmic Hurricane Irma barreled through their island on 6 September, prompting a mandatory evacuation 2 days later. A month on, many are still living in shelters on sister island Antigua, and have not yet received permission to return to begin the onerous task of sorting through the rain-sodden remains of their possessions and rebuilding their pulverized houses. Authorities are keen to strike a balance between allowing the 1,800 residents home, and ensuring there is the infrastructure to cope. Today, the Warner family are among the lucky ones. But they are under no illusions about what awaits them. Their home was one of many smashed to pieces by Irma's ferocious 185 miles per hour winds. For now, sorting through that carnage will have to wait, says Juliet Warner. Today's toil involves cleaning up her sister's property, which fared far better. Husband Devin will start by replacing the missing roof with tarpaulin, while Juliet and 16-year-old daughter Shanisha busy themselves clearing the yard of debris. The relatively unscathed single-story property is a refreshing sight among its ravaged neighbors. Mrs. Warner hopes it will be habitable within a couple of weeks. My sister lives in Canada, so it was empty inside, she explains. First we had to get all the water out, that took an hour. Next is mopping and scrubbing the floors. Once the family has a place to sleep, they will begin to remove the rubble from where their own home once stood. That alone will take a week, Mrs. Warner says. Government chiefs say they hope to restore electricity and running water to the stricken Eastern Caribbean isle within 2 months. Efforts to replace telephone lines and keep disease-spreading mosquitoes at bay are also underway. Most of the once charming township of Codrington remains deathly quiet, feeling post-apocalyptic. A clock on one roofless wall is eerily stuck at 5:25, the time when the storm hit. Often the only noises come from the odd whir of a generator, a cockerel's crow, or the sudden appearance of some skittish goats, making their way down a side street. There's a lot of debris there, bits of roof, trees, someone's freezer, says Mrs. Warner. But I thank God for life, material things can be replaced. Her most heartbreaking losses are her new sofa set, imported from the Virgin Islands, and her beloved goldfish. My 7 goldfish were my pets, I loved them, she says. They survived the storm, but after the evacuation I couldn't get back to feed them. Mr. Warner says he is grief-stricken at losing the only photo of his parents when they were young, carefree and smiling on their wedding day. Shanisha is missing her friends, along with normality.